20 seconds remaining. The Rams ahead, 20-14. The Raiders went 87 yards to score. The Rams came right back and went 80 yards to score. Raiders have 2 timeouts. That's knocked down. Pat Thomas following Biletnikoff across the field, right on him.
So many teams try to defense Oakland by letting their linebackers get into the pursuit. LA's filed that act. They're just covering the backs man-to-man with their linebackers, getting them deep to help, and they're letting that Pat Thomas cover Biletnikoff all over the field.
John, from what I've seen of the Rams today, they're peaking just right. They started slow. They lost 2 early games. Their opener to Atlanta, and now they're really on the move. They're going to be tough in the playoffs.
Well, they're playing good football game. This has been an outstanding ball game from start to finish.
3 wide receivers spread out. There's an offside against the Rams. Favors pass, a comebacker. Cliff Branch has it. He's short of a first down. Fred Dreyer committed the offside when he charged.
The big thing about the penalty, Kurt, is it gives Oakland a time to regroup, and if Stabler's up on top of it, which he generally is, while they're talking about whether they want the penalty or not, Oakland can regroup, refuse it, and get going.
They call that penalty against the Raiders. It looked like Dreyer charged off.
Yeah, they may have made a mistake.
They made a mistake. Here it is. Now they got it. Dreyer was obviously offside. He was a yard across the line of scrimmage at the snap.
Well, that's good to know we're all human.
Not much time for the snake. Joe Namath looking on. The Raiders, with the way they played in preseason and the opening of the season, everybody thought that they might just completely dominate this league. But things change, and they have changed in NFL 77. Madden, hey, wait a minute.
Madden's very involved with something, and I cannot quite figure out exactly what it is. You're pretty good at reading lips.
You're going to send Bannistock in and tell him something.
Yep.
Right after this final gun here, you'll join the wonderful world of Disney on NBC for most of the stations. Let's listen to the official.
Defense offside, second down.
They have accepted the penalty and makes it second down.
It saves them having to take a timeout at this time, Kurt. And how many downs they have left makes very little difference. They've got a long way to go.
Second and 5, and they need a touchdown. 19 seconds to go. He's under the gun. Mike Fanning, ex-Notre Dame, a #1 pick 3 years ago, got him. 4 sacks for the Rams, who've had a better pass rush today than the Raiders.
They have both with Cody Jones and Mike Fanning. Their defensive linemen have played an outstanding football game all day long. In fact, it takes an awful lot of people to play good defense, and I'd have to say that the Rams have defensed Oakland about as well as you could ask.
Another timeout by the Raiders. They're down to 1 now. 4 sacks for 41 yards. When we say a better pass rush, we must remember the Raiders play a 3-man line most of the time. The Rams stick to the old 4-3 defense. No matter what it is, they all want 7 men up at that line of scrimmage hitting somebody.
That's right. They can send any one of the 7 or all 7.
The ball now is placed on the Raider 48. Remember, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, this coming Saturday on NBC at 1 o'clock. And that will be a battle for first place in the Central Division of the American Football Conference. Kurt Gowdy and John Brody hope you'll join us. Pittsburgh win would wrap it up for them. They would have defeated Cincinnati twice. Pittsburgh knocked off Cleveland twice and split with Houston. That's a very rugged division, as you all know.
Cincinnati has to win that ball game by more than 6 points, and then they would be in charge.
Depending on the last game of the year. The Rams are about in if they hold here now with 12 seconds to go in the playoffs as the Western chance of the NFC and a home team in the first round, which is important. Faber's toss. The Casper incomplete, broken up by Isaiah Robertson.
He made a great play on it, too. Staber had a chance to get to Casper in between the linebackers. Robinson came up and made a good hit just as the ball got there. Time is running out.
These two have tangled before, John.
You bet. I'll tell you, here you go. You can see there are very few secrets. They've got everybody backed off. Isaiah's not going to let anybody get the ball and get out of bounds. He's guarding the sideline, comes in, makes a fine play on Casper.
The Raiders are down to their last play. And the Denver Broncos fans standing by their team, unless the Raiders click, have at least tied for the Western Division Championship. Now he heaves it. He gets it out of bounds, goes back. The clock is over. The game is over. The Rams have defeated the Raiders. The final score, the Rams 20 and the Oakland Raiders 14. Western Division champs are the Rams. And the Raiders are now in a life struggle to make the playoffs in the American Conference. Kurt Gowdy and John Brody, thank you. We'll join the wonderful world of Disney's The Adventures of Bullwhip Griffin, already in progress on most of these NBC stations following these local...
Crushing Raider defense continued in '94 with hitters like Anderson, Trapp, Bates, Mike Jones, Albert Lewis, and Dan Land. Raider fans of all ages filled Anaheim Stadium for the war against the Rams. Youthful starters like McLaughlin and Fredrickson led the invasion. Rookie Calvin Jones, number 27, and young veteran Harvey Williams destroyed the Rams defense. Against the pass, a trio of brilliant Raider first-round draft choices. Anthony Smith, Chester McLaughlin, and Terry McDaniel overpowered the Rams. Raider air superiority was evident as Hostetler screened to Harvey Williams. Then went deep to a flying James Jett. And mid-range to tight end Andrew Glover for a touchdown.
They bring the blitz from the outside. He fires it deep down the near side. Has Glover. Touchdown Raiders!
Rocket Ishmael score ensured victory. An NFL record 300th league win since 1963 when Al Davis first pledged to build professional sports' finest organization.
Kurt Warner, sideline, Rams. Third-string quarterback Mark Bulger, not Ray Bulger, the scarecrow on The Wizard of Oz. So it's Bulger against Rich Gannon for the undefeated Raiders. And Jerry Rice on his 40th birthday gets the ball 53 yards. So Jerry celebrating his birthday with obvious it's going to be another win because the Rams haven't won and the Raiders haven't lost. But Rams stuffed Zach Crockett. And then, if I only had an arm. Bulger has an arm. 50 yards to Torrey Holt. If I only had a receiver. He's got them. Isaac Bruce. 7-0 Rams. If I only had a touchdown. Bulger to Holt. There's no way the Rams are leading 14-0. Uh-oh. You know who? Marshall. God, I haven't said that all year.
It's been a while.
Down to the 18-yard line. Then, if I only had another touchdown. Marshall Faulk, touchdown. 21-6, St. Louis. They're going to Oz. Damon Lewis. Pat Scannon's pass. Grant Wistrom picks it off. We haven't seen this from the Rams since last January. Fog, reverse, no problem. All run for 158 yards, including this down to the 1. Folger scores a touchdown, who went to the same high school as Dan Marino in the Pittsburgh area. 28-13, 7 minutes left. Adam Fisher picks it off for the Rams. And that's why you play the game. The Raiders have now lost. The Rams have now won. 28-13, St. Louis, evoking memories of old.
The Rams visiting the Raiders week 1 of the preseason. Year 2 for that man, number 4, Derek Carr. And a new spot for Nick Foles, the big offseason acquisition for the Rams. We're going to look there. Foles had 7 touchdowns the last time he played the Raiders in his rookie season. Here he finds Lance Kendricks. That's a 26-yard gain down the sideline. Very next play, Foles looking for Tavon Austin. Tavon Austin is shifty, and he's difficult to keep track of because he's faster than other people. A lot of the Raiders on that play. Still looking for Tavon Austin. Down to the Raiders 20. They would get a field goal on that drive. Foles finishes 3 of 5 for 69 yards. Amari Cooper, a lot expected out of the rookie from Alabama, the 4th overall pick. Derek Carr hits him there, 12 yards, first down Raiders. Then we look ahead, 4 plays later, 1st and 10 from the Rams 46. They give Amari Cooper the ball on the ground. That picks up 3 yards on the end around the next Raiders possession. After the Rams punt, scores still tied at 3. 2nd and goal on the 6. Carr looking for his new favorite target, but he is intercepted by Trumaine Johnson. The Rams get the ball there. Another look at how it happened. Derek Carr tries to get Cooper the ball, but there's 2 defenders there. Carr finishes 6 of 9 for 43 yards. Case Keenum comes into the game for the Rams. And here he is scrambling to his right, just trying to make a play. Ben Heaney is running him out of bounds, and Keenum gets out of bounds. The problem is there's a bench there. The bench provides a lot of opposition. Case Keenum tries to elevate over the bench, but he does not. Jeff Fisher says, never try that again. The Raiders get the win 18-3.